Welcome everyone to another round 2 matchup. Here we have Skimmy and Algol taking on Carbon and Schmidt. That's Team Xanxus and Team Skimmy going head to head here. It's actually Team Schmidt, so these are two captains going head to head. Decent start for Skimmy here. We're watching from his perspective. Looks like he has switched over to Meister now, playing a male jumper instead of a female jumper. Looking to get a little pressure on his Schmidt. He's got the reincarnation. Algol with a big Tiger Strength rock shot early, as well as a Psycho Blade. Having a couple of mechanical missteps here, causing him some problems. I didn't see if Carbon lost that reincarnation or not. I think she did. She only had 6 aura, and I don't think she was at full aura. Yeah, that's also not good. That's worse. Takes the Tiger Strength from Algol just to get a dash away from Carbon. Not sure I like it. The pregame prep here, if you wanted to run heavy turbs, I don't think Algol should be running Tiger Strength. Fire ahead here could be used to snap a couple of shields. Watching that key bullet from Carbon. She's got another dash. They're going to turb again. And then the Armoros is now on deck for Schmidt as well. Might have been a little better to Armoros first and then see if you could bait him into picking up his next green. But he has picked up another green. That could be a Tiger Strength. There could be another heat. If he pops the heat, I hope Skimmy shows a little bit of patience here to see if it's either a Tiger Strength or another heat. He overrode it. Whatever the green was, he straight overrode it. Algol's got another Tiger Strength, and he does hit Psycho Burst. Schmidt's in a tough spot right now trying to figure out what to do next. Needs to find the return to nature in that arsenal. Carbon also just throwing a 1 damage key bullet right now. Doesn't have access to the Tiger Strength. A nice Fire Gehenna and a nicer Psycho Burst out of Algol's, putting them back on their heels. They had quite a few missteps early, but their silver bullets here are taking out a lot of Schmidt and Carbon's toys. Another nice Fire Gehenna onto Schmidt. Rein pressure. Schmidt's not digging. I don't understand. If he's at the -1, he's got to find something else. He had Ice Sword and Flame Sword. He's got to find something else, and he's not moving through the arsenal. I understand that it's dangerous, but he's got to dodge in and out and get a capsule or two and keep moving. Either needs a bigger attack or to get rid of that -1. Carbon late on the shield timing. Carbon does lose that Protect Circle to the Fire Gehenna. She makes the pickup. Takes that with a Dark Hole. Ice Sword's a good pick here. Can prevent the pickups once they get going. Algal's unfortunately in a 2v1 at the moment. It's not a very dangerous one when it's a 2 damage Flame Sword and a 1 damage Key Bullet. Algal actually goes down. This could be real tight here. Oh no, he hits his own partner with the Ice Sword. Then he does go down to the Flame Sword. Oh, he does dodge the Ice Sword. He takes a Flame Sword for his troubles, but he does make the pickup. Hand-wise, it's a huge advantage to Skimmy and Algal right now. They should be closing this out. Schmidt still hasn't dug, still hasn't made any progress on fixing what's wrong here. And neither's Carbon. I don't know. Carbon, they both need to go through their decks. Escort each other there if they have to. But Carbon is shieldless, only a Key Bullet. And they're just letting themselves get free fired upon. And that's going to be game 1 to Skimmy and Algal. Silver Bullets really messed them up, and they weren't willing to dig deep enough to find what they needed to fix that position. Let's see, game 2. All right, looks like we're going to be on Panorama. That's an interesting looking arsenal. Could be some kind of... Oh, it's Quantum Decay. But what's the finish? Takes a free regen of damage. Looks like Algal's either got Orb or Amulet there. Nice Hyper Kick. Loses the Laser Blade, takes another Hyper Kick. Gonna take another Hyper Kick for doing it. He's now down to where he can use Lucifers. Call that a plus or a minus, if you will. Connects the first one. Some pops out of Algal. Could have checked if that was a relearn. I think he hasn't. Well, no, he did use an aura particle after that quantum. He does take the Ren. I just don't know if they're going to... If their win condition is Laser Blade and Lucifer's Arrow, that's pretty weak. If their other win condition is... I guess it's the Diabolical Trick isn't terrible, but it's going to take a while. That was exactly the amount of damage he needed, and he blocked it. We heard him say he wanted to get hit. But he has proved that that was a lie. Good photon wave by Carbon. Skimmy didn't seem to read that very well. Mantis hits Schmidt for 4. He's going to miss the boost mine. And he goes down again, but Schmidt does take some damage. This one's going to be coming down to the wire. Schmidt's got the Tiger Strength Hyper Kick once again. And Algol is shieldless. Schmidt's pretty safe to go in. If he does go in 1v1 and dies, Carbon can pick him up. But it looks like he wants to play it safe. Carbon with that dash would be able to get to him pretty easily. Looks like he's decided to go for the diabolical trick, try and pull them away from the corpse. Oh, another nice photon wave. Carbon's eating a little bit of free damage here. That was 2 Rians in a row that she probably didn't need to get hit by. One a little bit earlier in the big open room. But they're not the ones as worried about damage. Oh, Schmidt goes down. All right, she's going to have to make the revive. This could actually be a little painful now. Oh, she falls, but she does have him in hand. She has him in hand. All right, we're back to even footing. I don't know, the quantum decays, they did some things, but it's really just coming down to a brawl with cheap moves here at the end. Carbon has taken a lot of damage. Algol takes a big hit, though. I think that's Tiger Strength Flame Sword now. Oh, and he eats the 5 damage Willow. Oh, boy. Everybody gets hit. Diabolical Trick is also risky here. He could go for it, but they got 7 and 9 capsules apiece. He had plenty of time to go for 2. Oh, it looks like they popped out Algol. I'm not sure how. That or Algol overrode his own last capsule. There goes an environmental. I don't even know who played it. I'm assuming Algol. Oh, boy. So I guess there was that was either a Forest Sanctuary or a Reduced Entropy that was meant to be a part of that. But they didn't get it out until very late in the game. That ties our series 1-1. We head into game 3. All right, we're on lane. It's not a bad start for Skimmy. If he gets 1 aura particle in that next spawn, he'll be nice and set. He doesn't. It's an inevitable thing. We're not seeing anything too aggressive looking out of Schmidt and Carbon, so I think this is the right call. Pick up the Glacial Wall. You can freeze anybody that comes after you and then override it to play the heat. Or just overwrite Fortress, you know. Nobody ever needs one of those late in the game. Okay, he is online now. Got the Reen and the Ice Sword. I mean, the Glacial Wall is good there, but the Dark Hole would be huge if you actually take her Backdraft Bullet early. She didn't even have a Tiger Strength on. That would have been free. Absorb Energy. That'll actually shut things down pretty well. Carbon mostly moves in just to look menacing, trying to give Schmidt a little bit of alleviated pressure there. Really working hard to keep that Glacial Wall. It's risky overriding the Reen. You know, you have two, but it is nice to have that one on backup in case you accidentally lose one. But now's the right time to pick it up. 7 aura, Ice Sword, 5 damage reincarnation. I'd say it's time to go to town. You can always wait, see if you get anything else. He does have a second fortress that has shown up. But right now, Algol's really taking it pretty rough. He's stuck in that 2v1. Might have been better if Schmidt or if Skimmy had gotten into that a little bit faster to support Mantis. Mantis is given as good as he gets, though. He's hit Carbon once again. Not a huge health differential. Dark Hole is now gone. That was not a good call by Schmidt to block that there. I think he could have gotten out of the way where it wouldn't have hit. He's now shieldless against a big Ice Sword and a big Reincarnation. That could be dangerous for him. He's got to work his way back to his base and hope he has a shield. Who has got the cricket playing? Is that... Must be Skimmy himself. All right. Bit of a standoff here. I think Skimmy could move forward to that central building, get on the roof. You can make that jump from there. Maybe get a little bit more Reen pressure. Take some of those rock shots from Carbon. He's got the Dark Hole. But he's kind of stubbornly holding this back roof. It does keep Schmidt from his base, but I feel like you could hop back and forth if you had to. He actually catches a long-range rock shot. I still want to see him move in and start dropping those reincarnations from above. He loses the Dark Hole. That could be big. That is correct. It does get rid of the lowest cost defense, but both of them cost 2. Oh, big Reen onto Carbon. She decides to finally kind of YOLO in and not able to keep herself away from that. And now Schmidt, at the same time, like they're just trying to push their way in, but they're eating reincarnation after reincarnation. And this looks bad. Algol does go down, but they're at 6 health apiece total. I think, yeah, that's probably the right call. Just go and try and hit your own revive instead of trying to block. Get something in your base, get the revive, pray for a shield, which isn't coming. Schmidt is going to die. Oh, he does find one. At the last second, I thought his base was down low, but it is up high. Carbon eats an attack coming up. Excalibur does hit for some damage, but they are such a big health differential right now. Good pickup by Carbon. She takes another Reen in the back. This does bring things back to at least a winnable state for them. But Schmidt is taking a lot of punishment from up high. Doesn't block the Willow. And that is tough right there. That's exactly what we were talking about. Sometimes you accidentally lose that ran and he already overwrote the other one. It's unlikely that he's running 3. Oh, big ran out of Schmidt. Big backdraft as well. He should have this revive. No, he doesn't. Accidentally fingers it too early. Throws the backdraft bullet, and that's a 2-1 lead for Skimmy now. All right, we're on Refinery for game 4. I guess we got the Mustard Twins here. Hadn't paid too close attention to that. Such an ugly color. Kind of uncouth barbarian plays Mustard Meister. Turbulence on bench to take away some of Carbon's toys again. It's a pretty good call into her right now, seeing she runs a lot of that dash and Tiger Strength. Oh, she picked up a yellow just before it. Likely losing a dash and a Tiger Strength there is pretty big. Getting the silver bullets early, but no attacks. I think they could just play it slow. Algo's now on the vibration. They got a lot of shields, though. Immediately loses a laser. I think he could just use the reincarnation and leave the turbulence in his hand. Just hold on to it. The way they're playing, I think that's a good call. Just get out there, throw a few reincarnations, see if you can get some combo hits with Algol, and wait for them to dig and get their next Tiger Strength. Oh boy, everybody's just kind of sitting there waiting this time. I think they're wary of the silver bullet build after getting punished by it on Palace, and so they're not willing to go pick anything else up. And nobody can really do any damage to anybody. This peak turbulence meta, folks. Somebody send Ebony a thank you letter. I love Ebony. I do. I don't love his style, but I love Ebony. He's an awesome dude. All right. Who blinks first? I mean, basically everybody's just sitting on Reincarnation and Flash Hole. I think that's what literally everybody has in their hand. No damage buff. Still Lunar Forces. Yep, Carbon's got a reincarnation, 2 shields. One of them's almost guaranteed to be a flash hole. This can be the weakness of those silver bullet builds sometimes. They tend to lack their own damage. Hey, they finally broke that flash hole with a blaster, but now Mantis has nothing. Schmidt is going to be stuck in the open, though. Carbon can at least try and distract. He's down to 9 capsules, but I don't know if they have the diabolical trick or the violent change finish here. I think he could jump down and start throwing some Rians over that railing and at least force Schmidt off of that. He's not really in danger from Carbon. He can keep flash rolling the unbuffed Rian. Yep, there he goes. He gets a free hit, puts him out in the open against the vibration laser. Boy, we are 5 minutes into this. 5 octane-filled minutes. Schmidt's going to take a hit, but he does clear through his bench, more or less. Taking away the toys immediately. It was good to hold on to that turbulence. It's almost like he was listening. Algol's now got a +1. Might be able to bust a few more of those shields. +1 vibration can be real dangerous. Carbon manages to dark hole that. She takes quite a bit of damage in the doing of it, but she does get the vibration laser down without losing a shield. Ultimately, that ends up pretty well for them. Another Tiger Strength for Schmidt, and now he's able to break some shields and some faces. But he takes a huge hit from the Vibration Blaster. Not enough turbulences for this one. Both Schmidt and Algol are pretty low on capsules. Could be rough if they have enough flash holes. Schmidt does have the Tiger Strength Bregan, so he can break any array shield without worrying too much. Algol, however, not sure. We've seen the optic out of him and the nature. I don't think he has faith. So that could hurt him quite a bit more. Schmidt with the purple. He actually dropped the Tiger Strength, and he's popping Algol now. Carbon takes a free dive off the map. That's a cheeky play. He's still got 5 capsules to get through him. And we're getting pretty late in this game. A pop-out isn't a guaranteed win. That lightning sword needs to be put to more judicious use here, I think. Because Algol might be out of attacks. Skimmy loses a few capsules. Dark Hole shuts him down for the moment. Mantis has something, but he gets tagged down there. It looks like by a flame sword. Oh, he's got a... No, it is a flame sword of his own. Okay. If he loses that, though, I'm almost certain that's got to be his last attack. Again, I don't know if a pop-out wins at this point. It's too late. My instinct is that this goes to a draw. That or Skimmy and Algol manage to die because they're at lower health bars. I think it would take too much to kill Schmidt and Carbon right now. The pop-out will make it so that he's vulnerable. Algol's going to die, and now it's a 2v1. He could go for the revive. I don't think Algol's been revived yet, so that would bring him back at 10. I don't know if they're seeing how low the shot clock is right now. Ooh, good block there. That one not as much, and that is the game. Flubbed at the end on the shield timings. That is a 2-2. Down to the wire. Schmidt pulls off a clutch pop there at the end. Creates the 2v1. Skimmy gets nervous, and they lose the match, taking us to Game 5. Looks like we're going to sign for Game 5. Good start for Skimmy. Don't pick it up yet. Bank on the Aura start. Get the heat. Move it out of your hand. Looks like Algol is holding W key against Carbon. A couple of swords on the start here now with the heat. Return to Nature is going to take the heat, though. Carbon needs to just leave right now. Head to Schmidt's base and just dip. Not in the open ground like this. She should have gone the highway. She had room right when that Return to Nature hit. But Schmidt's at least now here to support. Skimmy just jumps off. I think they still had the advantage there and could have stuck around. All swords draw as well. Looks like Carbon is throwing some lasers. Got a little bit of skip there. It's hard to see exactly what happened. Looks like he got tagged by a laser. Didn't manage to flash hole an appropriate amount of time. Schmidt now dropping lasers onto Algol, who takes a tumble off the map. If I'm Skimmy right now, and if you're not willing to overwrite, I think he needs to position aggressively onto Carbon or Schmidt. Algol is in there, but he's just sitting in his base with swords. Needs to get in there, put some pressure on one of them, and let Algol shoot from medium range, preferably. Yep, with the reincarnation, he's got good mid-range pressure, and they just need to use these swords here effectively. Had him wide open there. Skimmy's not taking the openings that Schmidt is giving him. Does finally get an ice sword there. But he let Schmidt get away. So I don't know if he's going to be able to follow up with the lightning sword in time to strip the fortress. Loses his own flash hole. It's a little gun shy on the shields here in game, or on the swords here in Game 5. It's able to freeze the lasers, but that will be snappable by the blaster later. Carbon is now sticking onto Schmidt's base like glue. This is the kind of thing I think you need to make the decision more quickly on your own, get back in there. More waffling in the base. Needs to get in there and get the angles and not let Algol engage in a 1v2. Had him wide open there again. Didn't hit the sword. Game 5 is stressful. There goes another lightning sword from Schmidt. Cool as a cucumber. All right. All the mistakes are in the past. If you move in and you play it well mechanically right now, nobody will ever remember. They've got them cornered here, but every time they've moved in, they've been the ones getting punished. They snapped the laser shell. That is a good thing. Flame Sword connects, but so does a Rin and a Blaster. Trades going back and forth. Skimmy and Algol are very low, and they can't safely go for the execute. Algol calls for him to jump off and is going to dash over to his base. He's got to mind the lasers. Looks like he caught it. Blaster only now for Carbon. Are they going to revisit the mistakes of Palace and not dig? They need to be picking something up here. Schmidt needs to fill out his hand. Escort Carbon to her base. Quantum Decay hits real hard right now onto Skimmy. Algol, it's hard to tell how hard he got hit. I can't see his R level right now. Skimmy's going to jump off. Carbon is losing a 1v1 right now to Algol. But he is about to get pinched into a 1v2. Schmidt's going to let him go, though. Some good laser pressure comes in, gets a tag. Carbon and Schmidt still have the health lead here. I feel like I favor the hands of Skimmy and Algol currently. However, Schmidt is at 5 capsules. I don't think they have that win condition for the pop-out, though. Double Blaster. Glacial onto Algol, and now he's stuck in a 1v2 while Skimmy is at 1 health. And he's down. Close enough to make the revive. Skimmy jumps off on his own, but Algol now has to cross the entire map under pressure. I think he wanted to stay there and die next to him, not jump off. This could be the deciding mistake right here. Dash is not quite enough. He takes 4 from the Blaster. He goes up high. I think that's not a good call when they've got the lasers. All she has to do is find the right angle. I think you just want to mash that dash button until you hit there. Going up high means you're definitely going to have to take the stun whenever you land. There it is. She just needed to find that right angle. Got to be careful. 1 laser, 2 lasers. Can he get it? He cannot. And that is the 3-2 victory for Carbon and Schmidt in what was a very tight series.